Good morning, Bobby Lee here from Hurricane Creek Farms. We stopping in here to check on these stocker steers real quick, and then, hey buddy, turn around. What's your name? Willis and I gonna be headed up the road. He's competing in another one of his rodeos this morning, but we're gonna stop and get these boys fed on our way out of town. We won't be back till sometime late this afternoon, but we'll get that done. Getting back in the truck. All right, so that is actually a good thing because we need to hit the road. Tell you what, got 57 of them. There should be 8 more over here. Head up the road to a rodeo. Gonna hope to pick up that new hay rake this afternoon. I say new hay rake, be new to us, but like I mentioned in the last video, we had finally gotten that, so we'll be pretty well set for our hay operation. 2, 4, yep, there are 8 of them. I'm gonna have to take my word for it. So that is all 65 right here. Probably move them out of this pasture. I'm back towards the middle of the place tomorrow for a few reasons. One, we got some dry weather, so it's easy for me to get in and out of there. Dry weather in the forecast also means we're gonna be able to do some hay cutting, but we're gonna get on the road. And another good morning to you. Fast forward another 24 hours, just about exactly since we left off with y'all yesterday morning, but rotate the cow herd, rotating pastures, always doing that. We had them in the house pasture there for just a few days. Wasn't a lot of grazing in there. Obviously we got the arena and all that area that's not producing much grass yet. There's some ragweed in there that actually makes a pretty decent forage. I wanted them to eat back before it just got too big. Of course, calves just don't understand the gate system. Even these that are several months old. But got my helper again today. Hey, you helping me this morning? Got a bag of mineral to put out as well, because I imagine that feeder is getting very low. Y'all go that way and hit the gate. Help me out. I'd really rather not leave these. And that one's gonna try to go under the fence. Don't do that. All right. This is not gonna be very fruitful. So we're just gonna have to leave the gate open.
Those cows are going past it.
I don't like doing that because the donkeys are in this pasture and they'll just, want to be somewhere different. I'll try to come through. I don't like the donkeys up where they can get close to the house because my little dogs wander out in the pasture, and donkeys are very anti-canine. But yeah, just need a nice morning, like remind myself not to get extremely ticked off. The calves are just idiots. Every cow walked right through those gates, and you see some of the calves did, but the bulk of the calves are just like, oh, we didn't see that wide open gate there. We just missed it somehow. Morning, boys. We're actually gonna try to rotate pastures on these boys as well. One, because I haven't eaten this completely up, but you can tell they've done some work on it. And traffic jam. And as I was trying to say, yes sir.
On 1 minute timer.
Willis said we had to be back home in 1 minute, and my time's up, so I don't know what kind of consequences I'm gonna face as a result of not making that. But it's also, now that it's drying up, we can get in and out of this other pasture a little easier without having to totally go like Baja mode in the Jeep. So let's see if they'll all follow us and yeah, maybe cooperate better than those baby calves did. Like usual, we'll try to count them as they come through the gate if they'll allow us. Again, these boys all cooperated, getting them a little bite of feed before they disperse and graze the rest of the day. Got a bag of mineral put out too. I think you about ready to head back to the house?
Did you set a timer of 1 minute?
I didn't actually set a timer, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I've probably exceeded the 1 minute time limit. That's okay, we're going home now. Are you hungry? You want some breakfast?
But,
What'd you say?
but you have to put a timer on the 1 minute on your phone.
Okay, he wants me to set a timer on my phone, see if we can make it home in 1 minute. Probably will not be safe for us to try to hit that. We're only, crow flies were like 2.5 miles maybe. It's more like 4 or 5 driving. But
Daddy, yes, it's going to be how fast you go.
okay. So again, he's trying to get me to drive recklessly, I guess, according to how fast I go. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna head back to the house. Sometimes you just have to shake your head at what these calves do. I always equate that size calf, those 600-700 pounders, maybe some of them getting over 7 now, to like teenagers basically, where they are in their life. And I didn't even pay attention as we drove past the corral. I flipped a bunk over. They obviously flipped this one over too. Got the actual bunk out of the frame. Like what I guess it was Saturday night last night. I guess they got wild. Got in the tractor, got everything ready to go to the field to mow. Fluids are all good on the tractor. So I'm sitting here, I look, and right there, I'll show you what I saw. Maybe you can see it, but the chickens have clearly found, that one's been burst open. Clearly they found another spot they like to nest and lay their eggs. So it's a frustrating thing with allowing the chickens to free range like we do just about every day. We put them up at night and shut them up so that no varmints can get them. But they've been laying in the other barn in some hay, and square hay for the horses. But yeah, it's hard to keep up with where the eggs are when they're constantly moving their nesting spots. So we'll grab those later on. They should still be good. They couldn't have been doing it for more than just a few days. So we're mowing our first little patch of hay. It's just, I think this field's between 3 and 4 acres, right here in the middle of town, really. A little patch of ground that hadn't been in production for several years. I know, actually a family friend of ours used to bale this for hay. He's since passed away, but you know, so think about what we do, growing beef cattle, and basically we're in the business of turning grass into beef, forage into beef. And you know, when you think about the rewarding side of it, taking some ground right here in the middle of town, it's kind of, it has been out of production for several years. They've just been keeping it clipped off, bush hogging it basically, and essentially turning it into food for people. That's rewarding to me. One of the more rewarding things about what we do. And I mean, really, to me, that's kind of the definition of sustainability. We're taking something that's totally not doing anything, you know, of value in terms of adding, to food and sustaining life on Earth. And hey, we're turning this into cattle feed, we're just turning it into beef, and turn it into food and sustenance for somebody somewhere. So anyway, just a little talk on that. But yeah, it's only between 3 and 4 acres here. We got maybe another 6 or 7 to mow at my mom and dad's house. I was figuring on probably somewhere between 10 and 12 acres total we're gonna get mowed today. I climb down off there. You can see just this little patch here, basically, right on the side of a highway. But got a fair amount of clover in here, not a lot. Most of it just kind of right out here, more in the middle. But yeah, gonna get this thing folded up and head back out of town. It's our city limits hay here, and get some more put on the ground. Okay, now we're back out in the county, mowing hay here at my parents' house. As you may can tell, it is hot. I had to get out of this air conditioner where I was getting pampered, and my mom had a bunch of barrels out here where she works, her barrel horses and whatnot, and woo! Just simply moving them, walking them through this tall grass. She obviously hasn't used them in a while. Worked up a pretty good sweat. It's supposed to be in the 90s, like the upper 90s, like knocking on triple digits all week. I'm sure we will have triple digit indices. But
most importantly, no big rain chances. Anytime it's getting that hot, we're always at threat of getting a pop-up shower, but fingers crossed that we don't get any rain for these next few days. Just run into something that's a little bit concerning for me, always cutting hay kind of this early in the year. Just had a hen turkey hanging out around over there. You can see we've already made several rounds. The hay actually over here, this pasture, is kind of the third of the little hay patches here at their house. It's really light, and so I have a hard time thinking she'd be nested in hay. I mean, this is easily the least dense, least tall of all the hay we've cut today. So if I was going to potentially run into a turkey nest, I would have figured it would have been in one of the other places we cut, but still worried we're going to go super slow if we feel like, or if we see what may be a nest. We'll obviously steer clear. Our turkeys have a hard enough time nesting around here. I don't want to be part of the problem there, but yeah, actually there she is again. I don't know if you can see her. So we're gonna be super, super cautious and slow mowing right over there. But again, it would be really odd for her to be nesting in this. I don't know, sometimes, unless you're trying to kill a turkey during turkey season, hunting one, you're not that smart. They're extremely smart when it comes to avoiding hunters, at least in my experience. But I don't know, maybe she stupidly has a nest out here in this really short grass, but we'll see. Stand by. There she goes. So I don't know. She was actually over here on this side of the cut. So a pretty strong indication that maybe a nest over here. So we're gonna really, really look close. Well, here I've been worried about the turkeys. The other thing you worry about this time of year cutting hay is busting up a turkey nest, and then fawns and deer. Well, and I can't even get out that door. Let's see if we can get out here. My mirror up against the door over there. I mean, this thing can't be more than just a day or two old. Yeah, you don't know what to do in this situation. I think I'm gonna get it over here into the edge of the woods. Mom should come back for it. Hold on, baby. Oh, not exactly what we were expecting we'd be doing this morning, but we don't want to bother it any more than we have to, any more than we already have. We'll just get it over here, say, obviously right here next to the neighbor, but get it over here in the woods. Oh, looky there, looky there, looky there. All right, baby, let's let you go. Go on, baby. Mom's right over there. Okay, good deal. Good deal. Okay, I didn't even check to see if it's boy or girl. We'll call it a her. But yeah, the doe, I don't know if y'all could see the doe. The doe, obviously, as it was giving those little distress calls, I'm sure probably came out. Ooh, no harm, no foul. And I still have seen zero sign of a turkey nest anywhere. Yeah, the mirror got folded in by a tree limb down there. It's one of those kinds. That has happened to me before. Then you can't get the door open. Okay, we're almost done. We're like 10 minutes from being done. Whew. There's Dad coming down the driveway on his tractor with a sprayer. He's been spraying pasture. was home, but he hadn't come out and said anything while we're out here cutting, but makes sense why he hadn't come out and seen us. He's been gone spraying pasture. We're gonna go ahead and get this unhooked, then hook up to the rake, be sure everything works with it. We won't need the rake for several more days, but it'll be the next thing we do need hooked up. And yeah, we just need to make sure it's in working order. Although we still have my dad's rake if we have any issues with this one, but if not, I need to get that one back to them. The rake, you see the left wing and the kicker wheels do exactly what they should. The right cylinder is responding none. And so that's not gonna help us. That's why we wanted to go ahead and hook up to it and see if we could diagnose any issues like this and get it corrected before we actually need to head to the field and rake here in a few days. But I'm gonna have to call somebody that has a lot more knowledge about hydraulics than I do. Well, this rake is really frustrating me. As you can probably tell by the oil over there, I can let the pressure off over there and make the wing drop, like just by disconnecting hoses. I don't know why it won't do it just like the left side does. I do not know enough mechanical information, hydraulic, that sort of thing. Maybe I should have paid more attention in my ag engineering course 20 or so years ago. But anyway, we're gonna keep working on that. I think my dad may come over and take a look at it with me. Hope it's something real simple that I'm just doing wrong. But I don't know, I've tried what I think were the simple things that hasn't worked. But we're gonna get that thing going by next weekend. Worst case scenario, we'll just hook up to the other rake. Really don't wanna do that. I wanna have all my own stuff up and running that way, because they're eventually gonna be in the hayfield and gonna need their rake back. But anyway, been a productive video. It is hot, you can probably tell I'm sweating like crazy. Gonna get even hotter this week. Yeah, got a bunch of hay cut, got pastures rotated, rescued a baby fawn. I mean, kind of rescued it, just pretty much just got it back to its mother where it was safe. So hey, we'll take credit for a rescue. Avoided busting up a turkey nest, best I can tell. I still don't know what that hen was doing, but there was zero evidence of any nest out there. So anyway, appreciate y'all watching. Tune back in next time, see if we can get this thing fixed. We're gonna be in the hayfield most likely. But yeah, we'll drop this video probably Monday or Tuesday. Probably won't have another one until next weekend just because I'm not off again until Friday. But anyway, just keep your eyes out. If you're subscribed, you can hit the little bell so you get a notification when I drop another video. But as always, remind y'all, eat beef and God bless.